Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is Ray here, and today I'll be bringing another video to you guys. This is going to be a Gusto deck profile. So I've kind of got it all organized right now. I got the traps, the spells, the extra deck, and the main deck, you could say, the monsters. So I kind of have it ordered. This deck is all about getting your synchros out, which is pretty big extra deck. So we have like low levels. There's low level monsters in here, and then we have a bunch of tuners. So I sorted them out. So we go over the regular effect monsters first. So the first one we got is Kumai, Hope of Gusto, and when you flip it, you can special summon one Gusto tuner monster from your deck. So all it is just trying to get your Gustos, your tuners, and your effect monsters out at the same time so you can synchro summon. So this deck is all about. And then you have Winda, Priestess of Gusto, and when this card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's attacking monster and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon one Gusto tuner monster from your deck. So once again, just getting those special summoning those monsters out. Pretty much whenever one of these goes to the graveyard, you can special summon a monster. So here we are onto the tuners now. Well, there's one more non-tuner. That's this level 4 monster, Cam, Serenity of Gusto. And once per turn, you can shuffle 2 Gusto monsters from your graveyard into the main deck and draw 1 card. And in this deck, you recycle a lot. So this is a really good card to use for your recycling purposes. And pretty much you're probably only going to be able to use this card once because it'll probably be destroyed your opponent's turn. But this is a really good deck. It's not the only reason it's not broken is because it has 1700 attack, and that's not a lot. But this card is just a really good card. Onto the tuners, we have Gusto Gildo, which is the level 3 tuner. And again, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 2 or lower Gusto monster from your deck. So just getting those monsters out, I mean, that's all this deck is about. Just keep getting those out. So then we have Gusto Squirrel, and this effect is kind of pointless. You don't really use it, but you do use this as a level 2 tuner. This effect, you can special summon a level 5 or higher Gusto monster from your deck. I don't run any, so just use it as a level 2 tuner. And I got 2 Gusto Falcos. Gusto Falco, when this card is face up on the field and is sent to the graveyard, except by battle, you can special summon one Gusto monster from your deck in face down defense position. And then Gusto Eagle, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 or lower non-tuner Gusto monster from your deck. So you'll definitely be able to get out a level 3 and a level 2, or a level 1 and a level 3, so that you can start synchro summoning. And that's what all this is about. And then the spell portion. So I'll go over pretty much the staples first. 3 MSTs, 2 swords, 1 dark hole. So that's the staples. Those are just all good cards in this deck. They don't really do you any harm. And then we got 3 Contact with Gustos. Contact with Gusto is like, I feel like, is a super broken card. This is what makes the Gusto deck good. You target 2 Gusto monsters in your graveyard and add 1 card and 1 card your opponent controls. You shuffle both targets in your graveyard into the deck, and then you destroy the opponent's target. So pretty much you recycle 2 cards, and you destroy one of your opponent's cards. So like that is just such a broken card in this deck, and this is why this is like a big part of the reason why this deck is good. And then onto the traps. We run a lot of traps in this deck. So we run 3 staples, Compulse, Secret Rare. That card looks so nice in Secret Rare. Then we got Mirror Force and Magic Cylinder. So those are just defensive cards, kind of. Then we also have Chain Destruction. And what this card does is that when a monster with 2,000 or less attack is summoned, target one of them, which is the card they summon, and destroy all cards with that name in its controller's hand and deck. So, like, that card's really good against Shaddoll's or Burning Abyss, because say they summon Tour Guide. You use this effect on it. Tour Guide's effect does go through the first time, but then all the other Tour Guides are destroyed. So that's like that's a really good card in any deck, or especially this deck, because then you can stop a lot of their combos. Then you got Dust Storm of Gusto, And what this card does is when your opponent cannot activate cards or effects, when Gusto monsters you control declare their attacks this turn. So you really only use this on your turn. So it has to be set for a full turn, but that's okay. And that card will just help you getting off your attacks. And in this one, you don't try lowering their life points by attacking directly. You actually do it a different way, and I'll explain that when I get to the extra deck. Then you got Whirlwind of Gusto, and if you control no monsters, you can target 2 Gusto monsters in your graveyard. You shuffle both into your deck, and then you special summon one from your deck with 1,000 or less defense. And that's about all of them that you could special summon any one of them. So this card's a really good card, and Blessings for Gusto is very similar. You can target 2 Gusto monsters in your graveyard plus a third one in your graveyard. You shuffle both of the first 2 into your deck, and you special summon the third one. So it's almost the same, except you special summon from your graveyard from this one, and from your deck for this one. So then we've got Icarus Attack, which is a very broken card for this deck, but I love it. You tribute 1 Winged Beast type monster, and usually if you do, that effect will go through for the Gustos, and you can just special summon one back. And then you select 2 cards on the field and destroy them. So you can like literally destroy 2 of your opponent's cards and just 1 of yours in. So that card is really good and pretty broken in this deck. And then 2 defense draws just to get you going and to block an attack. You don't receive any damage and you get to draw a card. So that's a really good card. And now onto the extra deck. So I'm just going to go over the cards real quick. You run 3 Sprees, 3 Falcos, and 2 Goldos, 2 Stardust Spark Dragon, 1 Alley of Justice Castador, and you don't have to run this. This is just I just have that card in here, and then Daigusto Phoenix. So this is the only XZ card I have in here, XYZ card, and 2 level 2 monsters. And once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card to target 1 face-up wind monster you control. This turn, it can attack twice during each battle phase. So just gives you another attack off, which is good. You don't really use that though. Stardust Spark Dragon, you don't really summon it that much though, but it's a good card to have, and kind of almost like a staple in this deck, I guess you could say. You don't really summon it much, but it is good if you do need to summon it. And then we have our level 5 Synchro, which is Daigusto Goldos, and once per turn you can shuffle 2 Gusto monsters from your graveyard into the main deck to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and you destroy that target. So once again, you recycle your cards, and you get to destroy a card, so that has a really good effect. Then you got Daigusto Falcos, which is a level 4 Synchro. When this card is Synchro summoned, all Gusto monsters currently on the field gain 600 attack, so that helps you just gain some more attack on your cards, obviously. Then we have a level 7 Daigusto Eagles, and once per turn during your end phase, you can banish 1 wind monster from your graveyard to target 1 face down card your opponent controls. Destroy that target. This is good if you can get it out, if you want to get it out. It's got 2600 attack. Usually I like to keep Sprees out, and we're about to get to that. Sprees is your level 6 card, and I think this is like the boss card of the deck because this card is so ridiculously good. It will just helps this deck so much. I'm going to read the whole effect to you guys. When this card is Synchro summoned, you can target 1 Gusto card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from battles involving a face-up Gusto monster you control, and this card cannot be destroyed by battle. So it is really hard to get rid of this card for your opponent. And say I just Synchro summoned it. I'm gonna do a little show you guys like why this card is so good. Say I just Synchro summoned it, and I had Gusto Eagle on the field also, and I also have Gusto Squirrel on the field. So, and say I attack with, say they have a Blue Eyes. I'll just say they have a Blue Eyes. Say I attack with Gusto Eagle to the Blue Eyes. It loses, how much did I lose? 2,800, goes to the graveyard. I lose 2,800. Its effect goes through, so I get a special summon level 4 lower non-tuner monster, and then I can summon, let's just say, Winda, and then I can attack again. They lose 2,000 because they take any battle damage, and then this effect goes through. When it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Gusto Tuner, and you can just keep that train going. Summon this, summon Winda, summon this, summon Winda, and by that time, they'll lose all their life points. So that's like the main goal of this deck is lose life points by you attacking a high monster that they have, a monster with high attack, and then just recycling your cards. So once you get sprees out, it's almost like an automatic win. If you guys like this deck profile, leave a like on it, leave a like on the video, and please comment down below if like you run a Gusto deck and you know some like good combos that could help me out, or just if you have any comments about the deck or anything like that. This deck is really underrated, and it is a deck that could be a meta deck if it had just a little bit more support. So leave a like and leave a comment, and let me know if you want to see some more combos, or if you want to see a duel from this deck on DevPro or something like that. Thanks for watching, guys. See y'all later.